perks of being very gay and over 40, you can be any girl's favorite. There you go. How are you, Kingston? Oh my God. Hi, Kingston. How are you? Okay, so I took to holding a microphone because I'm looking at my YouTube channel to see like how my comedy routines are going. Also, I've had like way too much caffeine just now, so sorry. So I sound like a 33 record on 45 right now, and I apologize. Okay, I've been watching my shows on YouTube just to see like how I'm doing, and people are like, "Why do you talk with your hands?" Like, again, very gay and over 40, so I'm required to talk like this now. So here we go. Round of applause. Who actually comes here to play tennis? Just curious. Really? No, I like it. These are all new jokes. Wish me luck. No, I like it. I like coming here because like tennis, I just realized is like where like love is 0, but that doesn't mean an unhappy Valentine's Day. I like that. You can laugh. All right. So let's see here. So I'm 48. I've got that already. My earliest recollection is at the end of the 1970s when it's my parents ushering all 7 of my brothers and sisters. They were 1970s teenagers. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like the Brady Bunch or the Osmonds. No. All 7 of my siblings listened to bands like Black Sabbath and the Grateful Dead and Led Zeppelin and punk rock. So you know what our basement smells like. The first laugh, thank you! Woo! It's like the first home run of the World Series. What would happen is every Sunday morning, and we were Catholic, so this goes on like 52 times a year, plus the holy days of obligation. All right, my parents would try to wake up 7 high teenagers and a 3-year-old. Okay, and because my parents grew up in Boston, round of applause. Who's actually from the city of Boston? Woo! Fantastic. All right. So my mother had been a heavy smoker at one point in her life, and she talked just like this. So imagine you're just coming down off some bad weed. And you're trying to recover from that, and you hear this voice yelling at you. Get up, we're getting up right now, right here, all about God's miracles at our parish. You fucking hear me? Right now, let's go. Yeah, water into wine, here we are, come on. And then my dad gave himself COPD from smoking, so you hear, let's go. Jesus died for your fucking stone of sin, let's go. And then they'd corral us, like, into our, this is before, like, Toyota Siennas and Dodge Caravans. We had like an actual Arlo Guthrie Volkswagen microbus. Okay, and my parents, again, bought it off hippies. They had no idea why that smelled the way it did, ever, and why my siblings were always like going out for pizza and stuff. Right? So this goes on 52 times a year, plus the holy days of obligation, and it's like when I go to the doctor once a year to get reminded I'm fat, I'm like, wait a minute, all that stand up, sit down, kneel. How am I fat from all that exercise? It's never made any sense. The other thing about growing up in the scary Archdiocese of Boston was when you do stand up, sit down, kneel, you're looking up at the cross and you realize the priest was probably gay if Jesus had like nice abs. 2 weeks ago, a complete Karen flipped out on me with that joke. So I'm going to tell it every time I come in. Gotcha. So, in 1980, we get ourselves a cat, and the cat was all white. And now granted, we told Wellesley Animal Control the cat's name was Snowball, I swear to God. But it was 1980. 7 high siblings, okay? What did they name the cat? They codenamed the cat Cocaine, all right? So I am in an elementary school in Wellesley, and Nancy Reagan is the first lady, and my kindergarten teacher dresses just like Nancy Reagan with a pantsuit and the perm and everything. And I'm sitting there with my with a white Crayola crayon, this big white thing. And my teacher goes, Michael, what is that? And I went, it's cocaine, and I love cocaine. and I proceed to stand up, and I show, this is Wellesley, so like, these people like now work for like the State Department, or like Mass General Hospital, okay? And I'm showing all these people, this is cocaine, I love cocaine. Every day I come home from school and I find cocaine under my sister's bed. And then I have hours and hours of fun with cocaine. Then my dad comes home. He's an insurance adjuster, so he's usually in a bad mood, but cocaine always raises his spirits. And then Mom, she's a substitute teacher with bratty Wellesley kids, but she really loves cocaine. And even my aunt, the nun, came to visit during Easter, and she decided she likes cocaine too. And this goes on every day, cocaine. And I actually met a school psychologist like within an hour, like in record. Awesome. All right, so what else goes on? So also in the early 80s, 52 times a year, but on Friday nights on CBS television, I've watched The Incredible Hulk, but not because of Bill Bixby, and then, he was really thin, and then I would watch The Dukes of Hazzard, but not because of Daisy, okay? The Dodge Charger. So 1986, I'm 11 years old, and I realize I'm as gay as an adult. And I'm in like Catholic land, US. There are more practicing Catholics in on the 128 belt than there are in Vatican City, okay? And you're quite gay. It's the AIDS epidemic in the Boston Archdiocese. These scary archdiocese priests are telling you what a bad person you are. I have a weight problem and tell jokes in a tennis club. See what happens? Okay. All right. So I completely sink. I don't care about Pope John Paul II. I don't really care about that. I'm all depressed. 1973, I go down to college, and I take creative writing classes, and I come out as bisexual. And I thought that had a certain allure with the creative writing. I'm Irish, and bisexual is like Oscar Wilde. And I would later find out in Provincetown there's an expression, by now gay later. And, let's see, during that time, my mom went back, and she got certified to teach English as a second language. I'm going to remind you, my mother used to talk just like this. So imagine you don't speak English at all, and the first person teaching you this, our language, talks like this. Hi, how are you? Hi, South Shore, area code 781. Yeah, that's how she talked. And not only that, but she landed, after she got certified to teach, it's called ESL. Once she got certified, she got hired by an agency to teach medical terminology to all the porters and orderlies and like the practical nurses at the Mass General, okay? In this voice. So my mother would stand there teaching the medical terminology. You hear things like, now this is a bedpan. That's when they can't get up to go to the bathroom on their own. It's a bedpan, all right? Then this is a catheter. It's like a straw. And that's going to help them go to the bathroom, all right? That's a walker. Now, if they can't get up to the bathroom, they'll use the walker to do that. Same thing with crutches. And enema, that means they can't go to the bathroom at all. Oh, shit, you're eating still, I'm sorry. And colostomy, that means it goes to the bathroom for you. Oh my God. So imagine that in that accent. Also during that time, because my dad got his insurance license, which is like the one thing worse than being an insurance adjuster is trying to tell people they need insurance, right? And he takes that job. And he goes at AA, so like all the joy in his life has been completely sucked out, right? And he got not these nice, cute iPhones and Androids. He used to carry like this Motorola phones that like they used to take it, like the Defense Department gives Motorola phones to people in Iraq, okay? He used to carry that around. And he talked like this. Deductible. Shut up. Screw you. That's your deductible. You pay that or you lose your policy. No, I don't care. And then he'd get the call waiting. Hi. Oh, hi. How are you? It's like you have not been happy one day you've been sober while you were. As it turns out, he would drive, after the DUI laws, by some grace of God, he starts driving those big tank-like Oldsmobiles, a couple of Oldsmobiles, and so for some reason, cigarette butts with lipstick start showing up. And yeah, it's from a lady friend after my AA meeting, all right? It's the woman you have the affair with, okay? So, end of the 90s, ESL mom, catheter, bedpan, crutches, cane. She finds out that dad's been cheating on her, and they go through this nice sloppy divorce, despite being more Catholic than the Pope, they have a nice, messy divorce. And my dad remarries sort of this older, dowdy woman with red hair, and I'll get to that later. And I said, Pauline, if you and Dad are about to buy a house, what do you do for work? And she stammers. I'm like, Pauline, I'm a marriage counselor. You're a what? And I had to stop and think about it and go have my siblings coach me on how to roll a joint. So I had to I could get high to cope with the fact that he just had an affair with a marriage counselor. But I did use that to my advantage because by the year 2000, when you get to be this overweight and this gay, you get to go into Wellbutrin and Celexa and cough, just like that. And I finally get the gumption to come out of the closet to my parents. And my mom was down here at 5 feet, and I was over there at 6 feet. Thank God it's 10 minutes. I'm dying up here. I come out to her like Porky Pig. I'm a homo, gay. Oh my God, I've known since you were 14. And then, that was 11 years ago. Oh, I know, dear. And then she serves me tea, just like on Big Bang Theory, you serve tea in stressful situations. She then tells me that peculiar things straight people do, they tell you who all their gay friends are, but she did it with the political correctness of 1964, okay? yeah, so-and-so, this is everyone that she knows at the Boston College Alumni Association, the LGBT son's daughter. Yeah, so-and-so, both of her kids are queer. Yeah, one's a truck driver living in Vermont with her girlfriend, and another one is a gym teacher in San Francisco. That's nice. And the one in San Francisco just bought a house with a colored woman. Oh my God. Oh, and I'm thinking, like, this is not going to get worse. And then suddenly, she says, and my other friend, her son, he's on Broadway. Really? Yeah, he's that level of gay, Michael. He's on Broadway. They don't mind that he's a queer. He lives in China. I then come out of the closet to Dad, and he goes, Michael, Pauline got her fucking shrink degree at Smith out in Northampton. Half of her friends are a bunch of holdbacks. I don't give a shit. As long as I sell, I don't give a fuck. So for that last year and a half with my dad, I stopped committing perjury in the Catholic Church. I'm Mike Gleason. Thank you very much for laughing at that.